Coming up in today's MLB recap, we have something brewing between two teams that used to hate each other. It's not really the case anymore, but a Boston rookie called out the Yankees. He said he would rather retire than ever play for New York. Jazz Chisholm Jr., he heard these quotes and he said he wanted the smoke, and he says that he loves it. He wants more smack talk in baseball, and let's just say that Aaron Judge heard the quote as well. Pete Alonso has been Aaron Judge-like to start the month of June, and he made some history in the process yesterday. Then there's Paul Skenes tossing another dazzler, and yet again getting let down by his offense. Clayton Kershaw finally looked like Kershaw yesterday. He's getting so close to 3,000 strikeouts for his career, and I can't believe it happened again. An umpire made yet another awful call, and then he ejected one of the nicest guys in baseball over nothing. I'm not joking. It was literally over nothing. So we'll talk about all of that and more in today's MLB recap. We recap every baseball game almost every single day, so grow the game of baseball with me. Leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you're going to any baseball games or concerts anytime soon, be sure to save 20 bucks off on SeatGeek using code Fuzzy. And if you've never tried Underdog Fantasy, if you download it today, you get up to $1,000 in bonus cash credit. You get a free pick'em. A lot of you guys have been cashing it in over there after you use code Fuzzy to download, so it's really easy. All you have to do is choose higher or lower. There's also other game modes like ladders. There are daily fantasy drafts. It's a lot of fun, but as always, please play responsibly. I can't believe it happened again. Well, actually, I can because it's the Pirates, but Paul, he was great yet again, and yet again, his lineup got put in timeout for pretty much his entire start. Okay, that's kind of a lie. They did get one run here on this Jared Triolo double to the gap. In comes Brian Hayes, but that was it. But now his defense is unplugging their brains now. Oh my, that's a terrible relay. Brandon Marsh, he scores. Now, at least that was credited as an unearned run, so it doesn't go against Paul's ERA. Paul apparently didn't like that at all. I wouldn't either. Who would? He decided to just start striking out everyone. Now, Christopher Sanchez of the Phillies, he had the exact same idea. He had 9 punch-outs over 7 frames. Now, here's the thing. Paul Skenes, he was 1 out away from 8 innings. He was under 100 pitches, and he got pulled. The boos from the Pirates fan base was loud. I mean, Don Kelly, the brand new interim manager, he was getting all of it, which means that this RBI would have given Paul his first W in a long time. Kutch got it through the infield. The Pirates take it 2-1 as Braxton Ashcraft, he got the final 5 out. So that guy, the rookie, gets his first career W. Paul's last 8 starts combined, he has a 1.5 ERA. And 1 win. I'm going to keep it real with you guys. I have no idea why I didn't put my entire life savings on Pete Alonso and the Mets embarrassing the Rockies. This was one of the most predictable outcomes I've ever seen. Jeff McNeil hit one nearly 415 feet, and the next inning, Pete, he crushed one even further for his first of 2 home runs. The second one is going to be a historic one. Jeff, wait, he also had 2 as well. The Rockies rookie starting pitcher Chase Dolander, he's been pretty bad to start his young career, but I mean, he plays for the Rockies. He's got great stuff. I think he's going to be okay, but maybe not with the Rockies. Brett Beatty, this is the 4th Mets home run of the day already, and now it's 5. With this swing, Pete Alonso just passed, I almost said Pete Davidson because I have Pete past David. A lot of Petes and Davids in one sentence. Pete Alonso passed David Wright for sole possession of the 2nd most home runs by anyone wearing a Mets uniform, so Darryl Strawberry is the only guy ahead of him. I think he's 9 ahead. Francisco, no, not Lindor, Alvarez, this ball went 450 feet, just the 2nd of the season. He had gone 27 games without a long ball. The Rockies did get a couple RBI doubles from Jordan Beck, but they got embarrassed by the now 42-24 Mets. I think it only makes sense to go find the Yankees game now, and before the game we have some beef and some chattering to talk about. So the rookie starting pitcher for the Red Sox, Hunter Dobbins, he went full Ken Griffey Jr. He pretty much quoted Ken Griffey Jr. to a T. He said that if the Yankees were the only team to give him a contract, he'd retire, and Griffey said the exact same thing 25, 30 years ago. Jazz Chisholm Jr. saw that quote, and he said that he wanted more smack talk, like he enjoys this. Aaron Judge also heard it, and he actually thought about that Griffey quote, and then everyone in the entire state of New York heard this home run, a 440-foot mammoth 2-run home run the other way. Just like Pete Alonso, Judge had a multi-home run game as well. Christian Campbell, the rookie, just tied it with a 6-home run. DJ, he then got the lead back for maybe 5 seconds when yet another rookie clutched up for the Sox. Former Yankee Carlos Narvaez, I think he was traded to the Yankees in December. He drilled a 3-run home run, and after the Yankees got a few more on the board, Boston socked out 3 more homers. Abraham Toro got one to go. Trevor Story is trying to flip the page and wake up. He's someone out for back-to-back home runs with Toro. And Devers, he's got 14 home runs and 57 RBIs. I also want to mention that Toro had an RBI double to push it to an 11-5 game. Now it's 11-7 because Judge, he has 23 home runs. He reties Ohtani for 2nd in baseball behind Cal Raleigh's 26. Aroldis Chapman is now in for the save, so he's facing his old team. The tying run was on deck. That's why this is a save, and there goes Volpe's bat. That's 11 saves for Chapman. The Red Sox are 3 games under 500. The Yankees are 39-25. I'm hoping that this reignites the rivalry between both teams, and I'm with Jazz. I want more smack talk, and I want more spiciness. We just talked about Cal Raleigh and his 26 home runs. Let's see if we can get to 27. I don't know, maybe 28, 29. The Mariners, they're trying... Wait. With all these home runs, the Mariners haven't won. They're about to lose their 6th in a row. Now, the Mariners had a nice little start. Randy doubled, and Julio booked it from first. He scored standing on the 2-bagger, and George Kirby was out of his mind, but you might have not known that if you tuned in late and just watched this pitch. Taylor Ward put his team out in front by, I think, 1. That's his 18th home run. He's got 45 RBIs. He's on pace for 46 home runs and almost 120 RBIs. Okay, phew. I'm not a Mariners fan, but the Mariners did get a lead back. Jorge Polanco and Solano, they singled to make it 3-2, and now Kirby has a chance to make these strikeouts count. That was his 10th strikeout. Ohapi, he strikes out. Adele, he chopped at it. That's 11 punchies. Now Kingery... Yeah, Scott Kingery is back in baseball. He's chasing. That's 12. That ties a career high. And then he froze Trout. He put the fish on ice with his 13 strikeout. That's 97 miles an hour. And now 96 miles an hour for 14. Again, I am not a Mariners fan, but I'm happy that George Kirby comes away with a W. He sets a career high with 14 strikeouts as he goes 7 innings with no walks. Mike Trout, he chased to end it. Andres Munoz now has 18 saves. The Mariners, they can be really good, but they have to avoid these little losing streaks that they've been on. So like I said, the Mariners finally ended their losing streak, and the Guardians, they're going to try and finally help out Mariners fans by beating the Astros. The Astros, they're about to make a comeback. So there's Bo Naylor with his 8 home run. It was a prodigious one, by the way, 430 feet. Tanner Bybee, he was dominant through 6. He didn't allow a single run through those first 6. He had 6 strikeouts, but again, operative words were through 6. The super prospect Cam Smith got wood on this pitch. He just kind of threw his barrel at the ball. 2 scored to tie it. The other Smith, the guy on the Guardians, Cade Smith, he came in for Tanner Bybee, and thankfully he put out the fire. Naylor, he collected his 3rd hit, so Nolan Jones is at 2nd. Will Wilson, yes, that's a real name. I've said that a few times. People don't believe me. That's a real name. He dropped down a sacrifice bunt, and no Kurt, he threw it into right field. Jones scores. A 4th run came in on a Quan sac fly, but Emmanuel Clase didn't need it. He has 14 saves, and since the end of April, he's allowed 1 earned run. He's back. So the Guardians avoid a sweep. Atlanta, they're trying to avoid being swept again as well. And if they lose here, that'll be 7 losses in a row. 7. Strider's on the bump. Ronald's in right field. There's no way that they... look, Spencer's up a few after Nick Allen and Austin Riley both got into scoring position. Matt blistered one to the brick wall. Matt Olson has 27 extra base hits, 37 RBIs, but also a whopping 14 DRS already. That ties a career high. It's the first week of June. Now, staying with some sick defense, check out Ronald out in right field. He laid out to Rob Dom Smith. Now, Spencer is very thankful because multiple base runners were on and they would have scored, and those same runners are scoring now because Mike Yastrzemski, he doubled in both. It's 3-3. There's no way Spencer, he's going to take the L thanks to an Ozzie Albies error. It would have been the 3rd out instead. It's now an extra run. And Camilo Doval, he's been so good this year. He ends it with a strikeout. That's his 9th save. It's really cool to see him back to being elite. The Giants, they're now 38-28, so 10 games over 500. The Braves, on the other hand, are 10 games under 500. And Strider, he's 0-5 with a 5.4 ERA. Here's the thing, though. We're not done talking about the Braves because we do have to go over the fact that they have a couple big-time free agents coming up. So Marcell Ozuna and Raisel Iglesias, they're both free agents after 2025. Now, other players, including Ozzie Albies and Chris Sale, both have options. So if their options are somehow declined, they could be free agents as well. I don't think that they're going to be declined. I think they're going to get picked up. So what should the Braves do? Should they give up on the season and ship out Ozuna, who's been walking a ton? He's been an on-base god this year, but the slugging has decreased. It's down over 100 points. And if we're being realistic, he's really stunk it up in the postseason. The last 3 attempts by the Braves, Raisel Iglesias, he's been borderline unusable after starting his career as a Brave as being unhittable. He now has a 6.75 ERA. He's also seen a spike, like almost a double to his hits per 9 and home runs per 9. That's not a very attractive combination for a trade candidate. So I'm kind of at a loss of words of what the Braves should do. I would hate to be the owner of the Braves. I would also hate to be the GM of the Braves because it's not like it's his fault that guys have gotten injured or guys are regressing. Or maybe it is. Maybe he put his faith in the wrong people. I don't know. So now it's up to you guys. Let me know in the comments down below. Should the Braves give up or should they cross their fingers and hope that they can go on a run like what the Twins did where they won 10 or 11 games in a row? The Braves, they have all of the firepower in the world to do so, but the mojo, the magic, it's just not really there. And I hate to say it, but vibes do in fact matter, and the Braves just don't have any vibes going right now. So should they give up or not? Atlanta is now 14 games back in their division, and now we're going to go find the AL version of the Braves, the Orioles, they're about to fall to 13 games if they lose another game against the A's. Now, Baltimore did tie after a Tyler Soderstrom single. Catcher Johnny Pereda just kind of missed it, or maybe Max Muncy misplayed it. I couldn't really tell. Urias, he scores. Here's another Urias. So Ramon is on the Orioles. His brother Luis, he's on the A's. He had a fun wedge him later, and it's always fun to see brothers on the same field. The catcher Johnny Pereda, he made up for that error. It's now 2-1. Now it's time for the Orioles to make a few errors of their own. Denzel Clark, he's on after Emmanuel Rivera, or Emmanuel Rivera. He botched one, and a run scores on this Gunnar Henderson error. Yikes. Jacob Wilson, he cannot get out. He's on a 9-game hitting streak. That's an RBI single. He had 2 more base hits. He's now batting .372. Where is Jacob going to finish at the end of 2025? A .350 batting average? Is he going to slump for a .290 batting average at the end? Either way, I think that he's going to finish with at least a 300 batting average, probably 330. He's that good. Luis Urias saved his bullpen from maybe imploding. Who knows about the A's bullpen, especially if that run would have scored. But, whoa, Max Muncy, the rookie, hit another perfect. That ball went 431 feet. I think his second 430-foot home run of the week. Both teams, they're way under 500, but again, this L puts the Orioles at 13 games back. Now we're going to pivot to some teams who have been really good this year, and they've won a lot, but because of that, they're neck and neck at the top of their division. We're going to talk about the Dodgers, then the Padres. The Dodgers got a vintage Clayton Kershaw start, and their offense really helped out early. Tommy Edman, he's taking on his old team. He singles in the other Max Muncy, so back-to-back games with the Max Muncy. Hesung Kim, this is his first career triple. He had 2 RBIs on 1 swing. He's still batting over 400, and he also has 6 stolen bases without being caught once yet. Kershaw, he struck out a few in the third. He had strikeouts 4 and 5. Tommy Edman, he's at it again. His second RBI. This one's on a double. Mason Wynn, he was the only guy to really get to Clayton Kershaw. He matched Edman with an RBI double, but Kersh, he comes back and he ends the jam. That's his 7 strikeouts. He's now 17 strikeouts away from 3,000. I kind of want to go to that game. I want to try and time it right. Mookie, he now has 9 home runs on the season. He's still playing with that toe issue. It still blows my mind that he's almost at 73 WAR. He's still 32. Can Mookie get to 100 WAR? I feel like that's a question you guys have to answer in the comments down below as well. The Dodgers, they take it easy. They're 1 win away from 40. The Cardinals are 36 and 29. That was a rare L at home. They win a lot there. The Padres do a lot of home cooking as well, as evident by their sub 500 record on the road. They're 16 and 17 on the road. They're trying to go back to 500. Nando, this is why he won a platinum glove. He galloped over to make the grab, and because he knows he has a bazooka, he took his time and he made sure that he made a perfect throw for the double play. He has 7 outs above average already. Ryan Bergert, I think that's how you say it. He threw 4 no-hit frames to start this one. I didn't even know that he existed until this very moment. I'm kind of sorry. Spoiler, he did allow 1 base hit. Wait, Freddie Peralta also had a no-no through half the game. He had a no-no into the 6th. Okay, it got ruined. Tatis, he chopped one. That's an easy single, but Tyler Wade ran into an out. So Freddie goes 6 innings with 1 base hit. Both starters combined for 2 base hits altogether. Milwaukee reliever Rob Zatrinsky, I think that's his say. He got jinxed so bad. The broadcast said he has yet to allow a run as a Brewer. Manny changed that in a hurry. A 425-foot home run on that Manny moonshot. He has 10 home runs, and he's batting .355 with a .605 slugging his last 33 games. Robert Suarez now has 21 saves. That's the 12th shutout of the season for the Padres. So San Diego is now 10 games over 500 at 37 and 27, which means that they're still tied with San Francisco at 1 game back of the Dodgers. The rest of the season in the NL West is going to be absolute cinema. So in the NL West, you have 3 teams within 1 game of first place. You cannot say the same about the now 43 and 24 Tigers and the AL Central, because Torkelson, he's been unreal, like absolutely unreal. He had 32 extra base hits and 37 RBIs all of last year. He already has 30 extra base hits and 45 RBIs. This was a long 2-run double. Jack Flaherty, he was awesome. He struck out a few, and he got some help from Scary Carey. I did not know that Kerry Carpenter had an arm like that, not gonna lie. He preserves the shutout, and wait, oh no, another soft umpire making a bad call and then ejecting someone. Nico Horner, I've heard is one of the nicest guys in baseball. All he said, literally, the broadcast audio picked it up. I'm not joking. All that Nico said was, "You're having a really bad day." That was it. That's as soft as an ejection I've ever seen. And then he decided to make it 2 for 2. He also threw out the manager of the Cubs, Craig Counsell. Riley Green, he doubled the lead with a 2-run single, as the Tigers, I mean, they have dudes everywhere. Flaherty goes 6 scoreless with 9 strikeouts, only 2 base hits. No save for Will Vest, but he did lower his ERA to 1.67. The Tigers, they're 4th in team ERA and 5th in runs scored. Is that sustainable or not? Jack Caglione had 4 base hits in this next one, and is that Pepe the Penguin? That is Pepe the Penguin. He got to see those 4 base hits live. He threw out the first pitch. Vargas, he was doing his best Penguin impression. He jolts out a 2-run home run as the White Sox stay strike first. Moments later, Salvi, he tied it with a rocket 2-run home run. He's kind of having a season from hell. He has a 74 OPS plus, and he's been the worst defensive catcher in baseball kind of by far. We're skipping to the 7th, where Jonathan India and Maikel Garcia, they teamed up for 2 RBIs. Jonathan India on the double. double, Michael Garcia on the single, and Indy's at it again. He collects 3 base hits in one game. It's a 3-run lead. Make it a 5-run lead. Bobby Witt Jr. has 8 home runs, 21 stolen bases, a 135 OPS plus, and platinum defense. Jacob Wilson, Jay Willie, who's also in contention to start the American League All-Star game, is hitting 372. Who's going to be the starter? Hey, wait, what's going on? The White Sox are rallying versus Trevor Richards, who I did not know was on the Royals. Vargas took a bases though to walk. Edgar Cuero has an RBI at 7-4. Bases though to nobody out. Bobby, are you serious? His second Superman catch of the week. Chicago, they got one more on a fielder's choice, but Carlos Estevez, he reared back and he finally ends it. That's his 19th save. He breaks out the Kamehameha. The Royals are now 34-32, but I do want to show Jack's 4 base hits. I can't believe that none of them were RBIs, and also he didn't score on a single one. They were all rockets. His bat speed and exit velocities are already proven to be legit. He's going to whiff a lot like Judge and other big bats, but when he connects, watch the heck out. He also only has 4 strikeouts his first 25 plate appearances, no walks, so I think that the walks will come as he gets used to the big league spin, just like Jacob Wilson did. So with that W, the Royals are still 8.5 games back of the Tigers. Minnesota can get within 7 games. They just have to beat a red-hot Jays offense. We're going to fast forward to the second because the Twins had a lead. Keywords had. Look at the count. Alejandro Kirk, he's batting .340 in 2 strike counts. He has another RBI base knock. Springer, he upped his batting average with 2 strikes as well. That's an RBI double. The Jays, they're trying to sweep. Yeah, about that. Brooks Lee and Christian Vasquez, they go back-to-back. Brook, he has a .350 batting average to start June, and Vasquez, he pimped the heck out of that home run. Ty France, he's been really good with runners in scoring position. That's a big reason why he has 35 RBIs. Buxton has 38 now. He takes a walk, his 3rd walk of the game already. That one was with the bases loaded. The Twins take it on Johan Duran's 10th save. Joe Ryan is now 7-2 with a sub-3 ERA. The Twins are 35-30, but they have a very good +37 run differential. The Reds also have a pretty solid run differential, and they want to increase that and hopefully win their 3rd game in a row. It's just that Gino, the former Red, he knows about this ballpark. He had 49 home runs back in 2019. It was the final year of the Juice baseball. The Diamondbacks are up by 2 now on the Corbin Carroll single, but Cincinnati was not happy about their run differential going the wrong way, so they decided to flip the switch. Christian Encarnacion Strand has been a machine since being recalled. He has 3 consecutive games with the home run. Remember, he had 13 home runs in his first 63 games as a rookie. He has popped for days. Jose Trevino, he's batting .304 with 4 home runs. And Matt McLain, go, please, go ball. If these guys are back, the sky is the limit for the Reds offense, because both Christian Encarnacion Strand and Matt McLain went crazy as rookies, but they have been bad, like capitalized bad to start this 2025. They're really good though, so if they snap out again, watch out for the Reds. Tony Santion's 2nd save of the year gives the Reds a clean sweep. They are 33-30, but they have a +38 run differential. The Diamondbacks are down to 31-34 with a -19 run differential. I keep forgetting that the surging Rays aren't even at 100% yet. Remember, they signed Ha-Sung Kim, the former Padres star, and Taylor Walls. His days are numbered, and honestly, he's probably going to get dropped. He is terrible offensively. Drew Rasmussen, he had a really long scoreless streak, but that got snapped in a hurry. Thankfully, Yandy and the boys, they had his back. Yandy skydone the opposite way, his 9th home run, and he was pretty much the only guy who could barrel up against Beozo. That's his 2nd extra base hit. Caballero, he's now in as a pinch runner. He has 21 stolen bases already after stealing 3rd base. Brandon Lau, that's a game-winning sac fly. Caballero's legs made all the difference as Dane Myers had to really rush the throw. Josh Lowe, he made a nice grab in right field to steal extra bases. That would have been an easy double. And Edwin Uceda, he had a strikeout to end it, so he goes 2 scoreless with 3 strikeouts, and he gets the W. The Rays are 35-30, and they're 14-4 since May 20th. Honestly, kind of an easy last game to recap before the Web Gems. Evan Carter, he has to do this more often. He had a pretty good game, but even with that good game and a 2-run home run, he's still batting .217. Jacob Latz struck out 7, but he only made it 3 1/3. He got pulled pretty early. He got some help after a strikeout. Jacob Young, he stole second base, but he came off the bag. His foot kind of just snuck off of it. Alex Call, he answered with a solo home run. He's batting .310 with a near .410 on base his last 73 games dating back to last year. I bet you didn't know that. Both teams, they traded some RBI outs. When Jacob Berger secured a huge 3-hit day, he has 9 home runs. He's been a lot better since being sent down and being called back up. Evan Carter also had 3 base hits. You have a matchup between guys who got traded for each other, Lowe and Robert Garcia. Lowe, he gets the double. Talking about Nathaniel Lowe, the brother of Josh from the team that we just talked about, the Rays. But Robert Garcia, he ends it. He gets the save. The Rangers are 31-35, but they remind me a lot of the Reds. They have a ton of great hitters with big names, but those big names have kind of stunk it up. If they actually get some breakouts, watch out for the Rangers offense. That does it for today's MLB recap. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys made it all the way until the end, I just want to say thank you. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek as well as Underdog. And that's it. Enjoy the Web Gems. I'll see you tomorrow.
And a liner and a great backhand grab. Sends one out to center. Alec with a long way to go. He's still on his horse. Thomas has got it. Sports that you can just try harder.
follows center. Here comes Jacoby.
Rounded fair. Great stop. Barger unloads. They got it.
Henderson. Bouncing ball. Urias dives. Another chance. Throws to second, and he got him.
That's a ball rocketed. Gonzalez flips it. Dobbins perfectly played. The former quarterback in high school.